Okay, so let's talk about something just as thrilling, the future of design education.
Sustainability is more important over here. As you said, most designers are now integrating it into their work because it is now we are at a juncture where it is something that is inevitable. We really need to do that. That is where the speculation comes into the picture and imagination. So they really look at the problems of the world and try to find solutions which are, as wild as possible.
Okay, so ma'am, I have heard this word so many times, mass customization. Can you please explain to me further on that note?
Yeah, it's
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Let's Figure Out, the podcast series where we look into cool ideas, have interesting conversations with amazing people, and look at the trending topics. I'm your host, Kudakwashe Muzondo. Now, I'm particularly excited about today's episode because we are joined by a very special guest, Professor Taruna Vasu. She is the Dean of the Design Institute at Parul University and an expert in all things design. So before we get into the serious stuff, I have to know, if you weren't in the world of design, what career would you have pursued?
interesting. Teaching and design were both my passions, so if it were not for them, then, well, I love to play puzzles, I love to connect the dots, I love to look at patterns. I'm thinking maybe I could have been a detective probably or a decoder.
Okay, that's really interesting, fighting the world of crime.
Maybe, yeah.
That's very interesting, ma'am. Okay, so let's talk about something just as thrilling, the future of design education. So a 2024 Nature study highlights that 63% of design firms use AI for optimizing processes, 58 adopt AI tools for collaboration, and 72 personalized designs using AI, showcasing its growth in the industry, right? So how is Parul University integrating AI into its design curriculum?
So, artificial intelligence is something that is a big buzzword these days. However, human intelligence has survived much longer. So, we're trying to integrate both of these. So, obviously, it is a tool, as you have mentioned while you were asking the question. So, first of all, the students need to understand what is the scope of the tool. They need to use it for what it can serve and do faster. So for that purpose, so we are looking at, of course, introducing the tool, understanding the tool, also to look at it critically and see where it can be applied and where is it that it can really help us, because that is what a tool essentially should be doing, assisting us. So to have that sort of a discernment is where we sit down with them, mentor with them and discuss. So that is our approach to integrating AI into design. Use it, but use it to the best of its capacity. They will, of course, learn through experience.
Okay, that's amazing. So, what other skills should students focus on having other than the usual skills if they are to venture into design?
Of course, creativity and innovation is without say is very, very important and integral to design education. However, a lot of other skills are taking shape. They need to understand human factors. They need to understand the impact of their designs on the world. They need to understand how to work collaboratively. They need to understand how to infuse sustainability with technology. They need to understand how other elements affect design. Mm-hmm. So it's very, very interdisciplinary and it is extremely integrated. So emotional intelligence along with the skills of putting things together. It is both tough and easy.
Okay, so ma'am, you talked about sustainability, and sustainable design has been a huge topic lately, and rightly so. But it can sound like a lot of big words like carbon footprint, circular economy. So according to Journal of Cleaner Production 2024, 70% of designers now prioritize material efficiency in their designs. So how is Parul University empowering its students to integrate sustainability into their design practices?
So we have something in our philosophy of design which we call mind enablers, and within that we are talking about quality, research, sustainability and technology, and trying to integrate these four aspects. However, sustainability is more important over here. As you said, most designers are now integrating it into their work because it is now we're at a juncture where it is something that is inevitable. We really need to do that. So how we are going about is we trying to understand sustainability from the three aspects of economic sustainability, social sustainability, and environmental, most importantly. So human factors is something that we are talking about. We're talking about how technology can really, really help. Like, as we said, AI is actually saving a lot of time, effort, paper. We're trying to bring in softwares that save a lot of rejects. Just to give an example, we are integrating Clo 3D into our design process, which is a 3D tool for where all the clothes that you want to design, they actually look like live clothes. You understand each and every seam, details, everything is right there. So you can always present your work through that, and it is as close to reality as possible. So virtual reality, augmented reality. We're trying to infuse technology. Along with technology, we're also trying to integrate technology with human factors, understanding the society, the social impact, and this is our way or methodology forward to integrate sustainability into our curriculum. Materials, processes at every step, also the consumers, understanding them, lesser rejects, slow fashion, slow design, more heavier words, but if I have to still bottle it down, responsible design.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, that is very interesting. I'm definitely intrigued, ma'am. So where do I sign up? So let's shift gears a bit and talk about something that's both fun and a little unpredictable. That is global trends. Global design trends. They come and go as fast as TikTok dances, and some actually stay and leave an impact. So, a study by the International Council of Design found that 65% of design schools worldwide are embracing more interdisciplinary learning by integrating fields such as technology, business, and sustainability into their curricula to align with global industry trends. So, how is Parul University adopting this approach in its design programs?
As I said, the mind enablers that we have in our philosophy covers all of them. Okay. Apart from that, in our philosophy, while we have mind enablers, we also have, we're also looking at body energizers being explore, experiment, exemplify, and experience. So they are the activities through which these four elements can come together. And another beautiful thing that we have in Parul University is that our students are not learning design in isolation. As you were mentioning, interdisciplinarity, it's a huge mega trend of the way the world is moving. So we have a fine arts college along with us. So there are students who are doing sculpture, there are students who are painting. Then we have a lot of integration of crafts, which is very, very unique to India. So we are doing a lot of interventions where we are bringing in craft into the whole scenario. And we are also trying to integrate business aspects into design. So that is how we are reacting to this global trend of, integration, interdisciplinary, transdisciplinary, whatever you may call. So our philosophy is embedded in that particular manner. And while we are saying all these words, we have also really made a conscious effort to map them through our activities that we do for our students. We are also trying to map it into our curricula. We have also sort of seen the sort of ratio in which we have to work around it. So we are trying to create a sort of, method to this madness.
Okay. So, ma'am, would you advise students to go along with these trends or to create their own path? So what would you say? Should they stay on trend or should they create their own trends? Or
See, there was a very popular tagline of a brand in India once, "Ye dil mange more," which means that the heart desires more. So my answer is they have to do both. Okay. They need to know the trends because you cannot not know what's happening in the world, because that is impacting the mind of the consumers. That is subconsciously impacting us as well. So we'd rather be conscious about it. So yes, we need to know the trends, because that's the direction. Trends basically is the direction in which the world will be moving. We not only need to know the trends and understand, probably over a period of time, be able to predict, then interpret. If there is a trend in one direction, how would it impact the context within which we are living? So we need to know that, and after that we need to give a new and a unique solution. So it's not an easy job, but I think it's also something that through practice kind of comes naturally and organically. It needs to be repeated. So you need to know the trends, you need to know how to interpret the trends, and then innovate, and then give a solution which is not thought of. So yeah.
That is amazing advice. That is very amazing advice. Okay, so ma'am, I have heard this word so many times, mass customization. Can you please explain to me further on that note?
Yeah, it's the way design and the way people are working industry. It's a mega trend in the industry per se. So earlier we had custom made things. Most of the things were customer oriented, made for the customer. Then last century was a lot about mass production, where everything was produced at a very large scale. So it was a century of industrialization. This century is a century of consumers, of the customers, what they want. And therefore technology is also helping us, create customized solutions which are mass oriented, which particularly means that you don't really have to sit and create every solution on your own. For example, you want a shoe. You know what size your shoe is, but you want a different fabric. There are certain designs which are already automated, and you make your choices, the fabric, the material, the sort of details that you want. You want a different lace. You could actually go onto the website and give those details, and while you think you're designing your own complete shoe, it is actually a sort of a system or a structure in place which is allowing you for a lot of options through which you feel that you have designed or customized it. Also, when it is being created or produced, the options are so fast that they're able to do it much faster than a customized design. So technology is really helping, and that's a mega trend that we have to look out for.
Oh, that is amazing. Okay, so ma'am, one final question I just have to ask. How do you accommodate or integrate speculation and imagination into the world of design?
See, when the students come to us, they are young minds, bright and full of ideas, and ideas that may not work. So we actually, as we said, explore and experiment. We allow them to really come up with the wildest of the ideas in the initial years, and then we sit down. For example, some student has come up with an idea that we could pop pills and the colors of the garment come onto our bodies. I mean, it seems very far-fetched, but I think all great innovations and inventions followed wild imagination. So the students do come up with some really, really wild solutions for things like this microphone can be of some other scale and size and shape, and they really do come up with some certain fantastic imaginary ideas. We allow them to do that a lot.
Oh, I love that. Giving them room to get as creative as they can be. That is amazing. Well, thank you so much, ma'am. This has been such an amazing, fun, and interesting conversation. Thank you so much for joining us today, Professor Vasu.
It was my pleasure. Thank you again for inviting me, and always happy to share about what we're doing there.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And to our listeners out there, thank you for tuning in to Let's Figure Out. Please like, subscribe, and share this with your designer friends. Who knows, this might even inspire the next big trend. Thank you.